we are live. Put your hands in the fucking air. The boys are fucking back. The Lucas Henson, host of the Off the Dome, joined by my buddy coming at 6'4", Andrew Hedges.
EDM.
Yes, sir. That shit was a bop.
You do the shows every month now. You got to make them more entertaining. So,
Oh, dude, little do you know, moving forward, I'm gonna have some shit going on.
oh boy,
My intros are gonna only get better. That was like a preseason intro.
oh boy.
Preseason. You know, we're just getting ready for the regular season.
Mhm.
All right, we're back. We're back live. We got a couple things we want to talk about today. We'll get into that, but before we do anything, man, how was your weekend?
It's good. I worked both mornings over at the VA. Made a little money. Did not too much. Went out for Mark's Friday night. That was nice with some friends. And yesterday, what did I do yesterday? Studied. I'm studying for my board exam right now, which, as any of my classmates will tell you, it's not the most fun, but it's necessary. So, did that. Worked out. Watched a little TV last night. Went to bed. It's pretty boring. That adult life.
You know what? There's nothing wrong with that. Friday night, Macy went to this this podcast she listened to. They had a live show in Lawrence, so they went over there. So Friday night, I got off work early, dude. I was at work on Friday, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're leaving early," and I was like, "Oh crap, I did not know we were getting off early today." I went, got some stuff for dinner, made myself some salmon. Dude, I straight chilled the whole night. It was kind of nice.
That sounds good.
Oh, it was fantastic. It was bourbon seasoned salmon. I don't know the whole name, but it said bourbon on it. I was like, that sounds pretty good. And I drank a whole bottle of Moscato by myself.
Damn, okay.
When I tell you I was relaxing, I was relaxing. And then last night we had our Valentine's Day dinner. It was awesome. We went to Blue. If you're from KC, we went to Blue Sushi and Pound and Light. Never been. It was phenomenal. Loved it. Then we went to Prime Social after that. Got a couple drinks. And now we're here today. Nothing this weekend. No football. Feels really weird. I was actually telling Macy, I was like, I need an off season from football, dude. This year from football, dude, took so much fucking energy.
Yeah.
So I'm actually excited for the off season. I'm excited to just relax.
The fact that it was the best football we've had our entire lives for our two favorite teams.
Dude, it was
Cotton Bowl champs and the Super Bowl champs.
It's ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
It's wild.
You couldn't ask for something better.
No, I mean, Mizzou was good all season long. So Cotton Bowl, I mean, it was a pleasant surprise that, here we go.
You like it?
Yeah. A lot of people didn't see coming, but, once the season was underway, that was the norm. Chiefs season was a fucking roller coaster, to say the least. A lot of disappointments, a lot of games we should have won, a lot of games we squeaked out. And then we just kept hoping, playoffs, maybe they'll turn it around. And they turned it around and then some. And the fact that we're Cotton Bowl champs and Super Bowl champs in the same year, can't ask for much more.
You are right, my friend, and I'm actually happy that you led in with that. We do want to announce something. Nothing crazy, right? Nothing crazy.
Oh, why? No way.
We're going on a tour around the world. No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna pivot from just Mizzou stuff to pretty much Kansas City sports stuff plus Mizzou. We root for all the same teams besides a few, so we're not touching on those. But so essentially it'll be Mizzou, anything Mizzou related, anything Chiefs related, anything Royals related, and anything Sporting KC related. I would love to throw the KC Current in there. Unfortunately, I just don't know enough I would feel comfortable talking about yet. That I plan on changing that, to be honest with you. Got to represent the Current. So that's kind of what we're doing. We're pivoting just to be able to talk about all the sports teams that we love to follow.
Mizzou and KC.
Yep. I consider Mizzou a KC team anyways, personally.
You could say that.
It low-key bothers me that Kansas is playing at Arrowhead, but they have to play on the Missouri side, so it kind of works out, I guess.
Contributing to our economy, so.
Yeah, so I mean, it works out.
Mm-hmm.
So Yeah, so we just wanted to announce that we're super excited. It gives us because right now with Mizzou, there's not a whole lot going on. Basketball kind of dog poo poo right now. Huh?
Kinda.
Yeah, they're real dog shit right now. But it's all right, we had an up year last year, which we, maybe wouldn't have had down year this year. Hoping for the best for the future. And things are still looking good for basketball in the future. We just got to get past this year. And we wanted to be able to come on and talk a little bit more and, talking about our favorite team, the Chiefs, just won the fucking Super Bowl a week from today. Holy shit. I broke my toe during that game. First bone I ever broke my toe.
Yep.
It was worth it. It was a sacrifice. So everybody watching, if you're a Chiefs fan, I sacrificed my fucking toe for that game. Thank you in the comments.
Rate got up to 150 in that final drive in the fourth quarter.
Your heart rate?
Kept checking my Apple Watch.
I didn't even think of that.
On the whole time, and it went from, I think it started out at like 110 or something. By the end of, we were getting into the red zone, and it was 150, and I'm like, holy shit.
I have a question for you. Did you cry when we won?
Dude, I don't know what it is. Like, I'm not like an emotionally devoid person or anything. I didn't cry when we won it the first time, even though that was the most surreal feeling ever. First time in 50 years. I didn't cry last year because I don't know. It felt good. Obviously, they all feel good, but it just like I didn't cry last year. But this year I was with a good group of people watching it. I did not cry. I don't know if my tear ducts went dry or whatever, but it felt amazing. I mean, considering the season we had, I don't think anybody thought we were going to be even in the conversation for. I mean, we were not playoff contenders for the majority of the season, and it felt good. Just shut a lot of people up. I did not cry, but internally, I was crying. So
I bawled. I ain't gonna lie, but alcohol was definitely involved, and I did break my toe. So who knows what I was crying from?
I tell you what, I'll cry though. If Mizzou wins a natty, dude, I will cry.
Oh, 100%. 100%, dude. I was getting emotional when we won the Cotton Bowl.
We got the Royals, we got the Chiefs third, but man, yeah, I was pretty close with the Cotton Bowl too. But if we win a fucking natty, preferably in football.
Yeah, dude. No, I balled. But granted, anytime Mizzou or the Chiefs win a big game, I kind of get that way, and almost had me there this year. I was so close, dude. But again, I didn't have enough alcohol for the Cotton Bowl. I was on the edge of my seat, and I forgot what I was even drinking. To be honest with you,
the Cotton Bowl.
Yeah, I forgot. I had a cigar. That's all I remember.
I'm consistent. I drink Coors Light for Cotton Bowl and Coors Light for Super Bowl.
So yeah, Super Bowl champs.
Yeah.
Mahomes is now 3-time Super Bowl champ, 3-time Super Bowl MVP. But I'm still kind of speechless after the whole thing.
I will say the one like overall thought I had about this, the Super Bowl versus like the first 3 playoff games, I didn't feel good the entire game, which I should know by now. If you have Patrick Mahomes and it's not the stupid Super Bowl against the Bucks where we were getting blown out, we're always in that thing. We're always in it. But I did not feel good. The only times I felt good in that game, like we had the advantage, was after the McCaffrey fumble, after the McCole Hardman bomb, which we then proceeded
to
fumble.
The McCaffrey fumble was their first drive, yeah?
Well, I know. I'm just saying, like, I overall felt like we had the edge, I guess. Even though like, it's still early in the game, but like I felt like they had the momentum, they had the advantage all throughout that game. Like even though we were keeping it close, even though we took the lead, then San Fran took it back. The only 3 times I felt good were McCaffrey fumble, Nicole Hardman bomb, which we fumbled, so then I immediately was getting pissed off again, and then tying it up to go to overtime. Then I liked our chances, but like that whole game, dude, was just. And I should know by now. Like I said, Mahomes is our quarterback. Probably going to be the greatest to ever do it if he is on the trajectory. He stays on the trajectory he's on now. All the Brady fans can come for me in the comments. I don't care.
I'm actually glad you brought that up. But keep going. I'm going to pull something up.
But I just didn't feel good, man. It felt like San Fran was going to get their revenge, and I should know by now not to doubt Mahomes. So, but my God, yeah, that McCole Hardman touchdown. I was freaking out about that too because I didn't know that we were guaranteed that full possession. I thought it was going to run out of, or we were going to run out of time. So I'm losing my mind for like those last 40 seconds, be like, call timeout, call timeout. Didn't have to worry about that, and we won it anyways. So
I was the same way, but I heard Tony Romo say something along the lines of like it'll just second quarter, which is kind of interesting because I'm not exactly sure that makes a lot of sense to me. I feel like you get a quarter, you don't teams winning at the end of the overtime. I feel like it, should end. I understand both teams should get a chance, but
Mhm.
we didn't need it anyways. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And regardless, I saw people complaining that or the 49ers complaining, 40 whiners is what they are to me, about the not knowing the overtime rules.
Yeah.
Didn't even matter. They didn't score a touchdown.
The Niners, like I have not watched the mic up yet, but I've been all over Chiefs Twitter and Instagram, everything this week following. They made so many mental lapses that they can, I will give them that. I think there were a few holding calls they got away with, but also if you look at like Jeff Schwartz, there was a tweet I saw this week. They just don't call holding in the Super Bowl. They don't. Like San Fran got the one with Trent Williams, offensive holding. I mean, not defensive holding or any other calls, but like offensive line holding. The refs have had a tendency to just eat those calls. They're not calling them in the Super Bowl, and it's not a you okay?
Yeah, bro.
It's not a Chiefs specific thing. And yeah, I mean, will I say it's a issue that we have had zero in all three? You good?
Oh yeah, I'm good. I'm just dying over here.
All right.
God dang.
Yeah, I mean, do I think we could have been called for it any of our three Super Bowl wins? Probably because it happens every single play of the game. But I also am a fan of letting them play. And if you just go back and watch the game as a whole, the 49ers had so many chances to put that game away.
Hmm.
They didn't get any points off of two turnovers, Pacheco fumble, and Mahomes pick, which Mahomes pick was on our side of the field, aka 49ers side of the field. They didn't do shit with it. So they had all these chances to put it away. They could have closed the door in the last drive of the fourth quarter, not let us march down the field and tie it. They could have fucking known the overtime rules and deferred, got the ball second, had the advantage there. So many, I mean, dude, that was their game to win, and they did not. Therefore, I don't have any sympathy for them with all the ref excuses. So,
Okay, so I'm
yeah,
trying to. I saw a graphic the other day. I thought I liked it, the tweet, but I guess not. You said if Mahomes stays on this pace, he could be the greatest, right?
yes.
And just a few days ago, I can't find it. I was just looking for it while you were giving your thoughts. If Mahomes stays on the pace that he is,
Yep.
guess how many Super Bowls that he's on pace to get right now? Super Bowl victories.
More than Brady.
I know, but like, give me a number here.
10.
11.
Yeah, I mean,
Could you fucking imagine?
oh, dude, it's well. Here's the thing: like, he has matched Brady's early career now. All he has to do now to exceed him is not go through a 10-year hiatus.
Yeah.
That's what Brady did. Brady didn't, which is crazy to me. Like, I don't know. I guess I just didn't realize that growing up that he took that long of a break off because they were still making the playoffs every year. But yeah,
Yeah.
all he has to do is win one between next year, and 2035. Right? Is that math correct? I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, just win one, and then finish with the same strong end of career that. I mean, granted, you got to factor his longevity into it. He obviously has scrambled way more than Brady ever did. He's probably going to have to turn into more of a pocket passer as he, ages. But he's on the right path, man. He's almost halfway there, which is insane.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
yeah, pretty much halfway there.
Ford wasn't offsides, and if we had a better O line against the Bucks, he'd be over halfway because Brady would only have 5. It's like, I mean, hypotheticals, but
Isn't that
like,
crazy to think about,
it's,
actually?
yeah, it's amazing.
People like to throw the
Only half starting.
Brady beat Mahomes when it mattered. The
Yep.
AFC Championship, Mahomes was his first year starting,
Yep.
and we lost in overtime. We didn't get the chance, right? And
Defense,
whatever.
the opposite of the defense we had this year.
Yeah, for real.
It gave up 3 straight 3rd and 10s.
Yeah.
Pretty bad. Pretty bad.
So,
And we were an offsides call away, even considering that, from winning it in regulation.
yeah, we picked him off on that same play. But, sorry.
What?
All right.
Hey, that's Steve Spagnuolo, dude. If we still had Bob Sutton, Mahomes would not have 3 rings. So
There's 3 quarterbacks in the NFL, 3 active quarterbacks with 2 or more Super Bowls. One is Mahomes, clearly.
Stafford, baby.
Stafford is one. He was Brady's backup and Mahomes' backup. Who's the third quarterback? Do you know?
Jimmy G.
Yeah.
Patriots backup.
Isn't that crazy, bro? Mahomes. And then there's another stat that came out that said we're Mahomes glazing right now, so fuck off.
Yeah.
if you don't like Mahomes, but I'm sure you do. Um, Mahomes, there's Mahomes has 3 Super Bowls, right? He has more or combined the amount of Super Bowls as these 3 quarterbacks. Are you ready? You've probably seen this too, maybe.
Yep. Yep.
Stafford
Mhm.
has 1.
Yep.
Rodgers
Has one.
has 1,
Yep.
and then Russell Wilson has 1.
That's wild.
Isn't that crazy? Like people have Rodgers up there, Mahomes has Stafford as well. So it's kind of nuts. It's kind of nuts when you break it down like that. I think the quarterbacks in the NFL right now are insane,
Yeah.
especially the AFC. AFC is kind of loaded
Yeah.
with quarterbacks, and it's literally a gauntlet on the AFC side
Yep.
as far as quarterbacks go. Like I could probably list off like 7 or 8, and most of them would be top 10 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
A couple of them were top 5.
It's gonna be good with Harbaugh, dude. I'm interested to see and slightly nervous to see how we go up against him next year.
Yeah, I'm curious to see as well. As
Yeah.
I Herbert's a fantastic quarterback.
I'm more worried about Harbaugh with the Chargers than I was about Peyton with the Broncos. Like, I think that
Yeah,
is
the Broncos kind of screwed themselves up though.
yeah, but
So we'll see, man. I mean, the coaches in the AFC West are low key insane. Sean
yeah,
Payton,
Raiders finally have a good coach.
Jim Harbaugh,
Yeah,
Andy Reid, and then
yeah,
Raiders coach is actually pretty good, or
yeah.
at least he showed he was a good coach last year.
He
Hopefully,
fired. I mean, that's for damn sure.
yeah,
Crazy to think that's the last team we lost to.
that is crazy.
My mental status on Christmas,
I was so mad on Christmas.
I was so fucking pissed. So
Yeah,
pissed. Like that loss, it did not ruin my Christmas. Still had a great time with family, but it kind of ruined my Christmas.
no, it ruined my Christmas.
It's like, dude, just complete opposites mentally from that game until last Sunday.
You know what's
And
crazy is going into the playoffs. We went to the Dolphins game,
yep,
so we got to say we were part of the ride, right? So that's pretty cool.
yep,
But going into the Bills game, I remember like all week, I'm like, I truly have no idea how to feel about this game. I was like, we might lose this game. Like, now I'm pretty positive when it comes to Chiefs. Like, I always bet that they're going to win. And as long as you have Mahomes, I truly believe that we'll beat anybody. But the Bills just sometimes have our. I mean, not in the playoffs, but they have our number in the regular season, which doesn't really matter, I guess, once you make it to the playoffs. But Josh Allen wasn't looking bad.
yep.
The Bills weren't looking bad, and we're going on the road to um, what's their stadium called?
Oh,
It doesn't matter. We went on the road to the Bills. I
oh,
was really nervous.
Highmark, maybe. I
That
don't
might
know.
be right.
Yeah,
And then when we won that game, I didn't feel really nervous at all for the Ravens. I'm not gonna lie. I had us winning by 7.
yeah. Which you were right. I did just because I thought they were so damn dominant all year, and that they'd smoked the Dolphins and the Niners, and there's another playoff team they smoked. I don't know, but I was nervous. But at the same time, it was half nervous, but half like way more calm than I was for the Bills. I just
Yeah, I
felt like,
think after watching our team play the Bills, I feel like that was just the confidence boost that they need. You know.
yeah. Once we saw them win on the road, which was everything that all the media heads and all the haters were talking about. It was like, oh, well, Holmes not going to the road yet, blah 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 blah. Okay, well, we did, and we beat the Bills, who have had our number lately because it's all been regular season. And yeah, and I mean, we had to get over that mental hurdle of the whole Kadarius Toney debacle and the fact that we should have won the regular season game, didn't, blah blah blah. We won that game. We shut everybody up. There wasn't any. I mean, that's what I loved about that game was it was tight. It came down to a missed field goal. There were no egregious missed calls or anything like that. Like people were universally claiming that it was a pretty well called game. Josh Allen just didn't get it done, which I won't put the blame on him because if that kicker makes that kick, we're probably going to overtime.
No, I'm not putting that on Josh Allen at all. But I will say their offense. I mean, the Bills' offense was like just check down, check down, check down, check down, and Josh Allen, he made plays like that touchdown that he threw to the front of the end zone to I don't even know who it was. I think it was Shakir.
I'm gonna be honest.
I think it was Shakir, but it was an insane play by Josh Allen and a great throw.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, as much as I mean, I don't even dislike the Bills or Josh Allen realistically.
That's the thing about the Bills and the Bengals. If we still sucked, I'd root for both of them
Not
because
me. I hate the Bengals.
even if okay, take out Mahomes, we're still the same old Chiefs. You would not root for the Bengals?
No.
I would. I would.
No, I hate the Bengals. I hate them.
I always thought they were the underdogs. I mean, they are. Them and the Browns were the ones that were always down in the dumps. The Bills were always in the Patriots' shadow. I'd root for either of them. If we were not good, Mahomes was not alive or on our team.
Well, it depends. If Mahomes never happened, then I wouldn't feel the way I feel about the Bengals.
Yeah, exactly. I know. Yeah.
So
If we didn't have our history with them, I would root for the Bengals.
I still don't know.
So fuck the Bengals.
But yeah, so fuck the Bengals, bro. Eventually I'll throw a video on. I don't know if I even have a video of it. I went to the AFC Championship the year we beat them, or when we went to the Super Bowl, beat the Eagles the game before, and I was at the game, and this dude behind me was, break Mahomes' leg, break his leg. So when we won, I just, gave him the bird. I said, have fun going back to Cincinnati. Yeah, I won't say it, but
you already dropped like 3 F-bombs.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. What'd you call him? What'd you call him?
I just said fuck you. That's all I said. I just flipped him off. Said fuck you. Actually, I might have a video of me saying the fuck you part. I might have that. What was it?
They're also, here's the other thing about Bengals fans. A lot of them are Ohio State fans, which, bringing it back to Mizzou,
The Bengals fans are just,
they just suck, bro.
they're sore winners and they're sore losers. That's all it is. And I think Jake Browning coming in and they still were putting up points every game. Shows you. I think Joe Burrow is a great quarterback. Let me preference, but it shows you maybe it's not all Joe Burrow and it's more of the shit they have around him. When Mahomes lost Tyreek, they said win without Tyreek, and then we'll give you props. Without Tyreek, all we know is Super Bowl victories. And now they're trying to say Mahomes needs to win without Kelsey and Andy Reid.
Yep.
Well, I need Joe Burrow to win without Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Joe Mixon. I need him to win without all of them before I give him any fucking credit.
No, it's stupid. They're almost like it's a team sport. You're telling me that a quarterback's not great unless he plays with a bunch of high schoolers? Like what? It doesn't.
I think this year
it's flawed logic.
I mean, we had the most drops in the league and we still won a Super Bowl. If that shows anything, it shows Mahomes is great. I'm so tired.
The league is rigged and scripted, and that the refs weren't going to allow us to win or weren't going to allow us to lose because of the Swifties and all the money that they brought in, and it would be a stupid economical decision for us to lose. I mean, come on now.
And the number 13 theory, bro, just made too much sense. They rigged it. I had the script the entire time, but we were talking Mizzou, so I couldn't release it. Even though Brock Purdy is number 13, so I don't know how that theory comes together, but like Will Compton, retard.
Yeah. Oh, I can't. Oh, well, that was bait. That was totally bait.
You think he baits?
I think. Oh yeah, dude. That's all he can do for the clicks and the engagement on it. I do like busting with the boys, but no, he's just feeding into it.
No, yeah. Actually, I really don't even mind him. It's for views and expression or engagement. But some of his stuff he says is ridiculous.
Yes,
it's ridiculous.
No, I was going to tell you though, because you were talking about the Buffalo game. The only thing I remember from that game is both of Kelsey's touchdowns, the missed field goal, and Jason Kelsey bare-chested with the fans.
Oh yeah, dude, that was awesome, dude.
He could somehow play for us for 1 year. I don't know. I mean, bump Creed over to left. Well, I don't know how they would do that, but yeah, kick off Donovan Smith. Donovan Smith, I appreciate your efforts this year, motherfucker, and I hate that. And it drives me crazy, and I don't like when we get away with it. So,
actually, speaking of offseason, what's your number one guy? If the Chiefs called you, said, Andy, who do you want? We're gonna go get him. Doesn't matter. Money's not a question. They have to be free agent or a realistic trade package, right? Mike Evans, really?
Yes, dude. What, 8 straight 1,000-yard seasons, and he's still balling. And yeah, I know he's a little bit older. But no, dude, I know, and like that is not my original take. I saw it all over Twitter all season. But he's consistent, he's reliable, he's a big body wide receiver, which I think we still need, especially with an aging Kelsey.
Sure.
Red's a threat. Rashee Rice is only going to keep getting better. I think we keep Justin Watson because he's reliable, kind of under the radar guy. Marquez, hopefully he can have a better regular season next year. That would be nice.
If Marquez is like a 3 or wide receiver 3 or 4, I think he'll be just fine.
Yeah. He's just not a 2 or a So.
I think he needs to be wide receiver 3, throw Rashee at 1 or 2, depending on who you get, and then. But you know who I want? So I was watching a game this year,
Yeah.
and I saw the most unbelievable play I've ever seen. And then when I saw it, I was like, I want him. This is who I want.
Mhm.
I want T. Higgins.
No, yeah, I know. Yeah, him or I mean, we're not going to Jamar because Jamar
He went
fucking.
out 2 plays. One was a fourth down. Jake Browning just chucked it. He
Yeah.
went out for it, caught it, and
Yeah,
then
the catch now that yeah.
and then there. Say I think it was the same drive. He
Mhm.
caught. He went up and caught it. Turned around, put the ball over the goal
Yeah.
line, scored.
It
It was ridiculous.
was late in the season, right? Like week 15 or 16 or something. It's a
Yeah, it
steal.
was it was it was one of the later games in the season. It was insane. I
Yeah.
forget who they were playing that game. Otherwise, I would tell you that. But it was. I just sat there and was like,
That catch. Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's a
especially I
stud.
tried to hate the Bengals. I was like, I want him. That's
I
what
know.
I want. He's good.
Yeah.
I would, but and then my next question for you is if you could resign one player. I'm gonna
Yeah.
give you 3 options here: Chris Jones,
Okay.
Jerry Sneed, Creed Humphrey. I'm pretty sure they're all needing to be resigned.
Yeah.
If you could only pick one, which that's not how that works. I just want to preface it's not how that works. You know, I'm sure they're gonna find a way to get all of them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure that Creed is a. Oh wait, no Creed. We don't have to resign Creed.
Oh yeah.
So Chris Jones,
Read this
Legarius Sneed.
so.
I'm trying to see. Those are really our 2 biggest guys we need to resign: Chris Jones and Legarius Sneed. I did see.
Willie Gay, I think.
Huh?
Willie
Oh, we
Gay.
have Willie Gay and Drew Tranquil, but
Something on Twitter that he was saying like, "I love you, Casey. It's all love," and like he's already. I guess he's not going to come back for the three-peat. I don't know. I don't know if it was true.
I mean, it kind of depends on the money thing. I know Brett Veach has already said that their off-season priorities are resigning Chris Jones and Legarius Sneed. He's already said that. And I know we have like 20-ish million in cap space. I'm not super like knowledgeable on how the cap works.
I'm not either.
Maybe I'll start diving into it a little bit more. So when we do talk about the Chiefs offseason, we have we can actually run some stuff down. I would love to resign both of them, but if you could pick one linebacker, Willie Gay, Drew Tranquil, who you taking? That's really hard for me. I'm not gonna lie, that is so hard for me.
It's hard for me just because I'm a Notre Dame fan too, and having Tranquil and Bolden on my team is the best of both worlds, quite literally. But Willie Gay's a stud.
I love Willie, bro.
So is Tranquil. Tranquil was a great addition to our team. I mean,
They both are. I wish we could somehow keep all of them because
yeah,
I think they all play so different.
yeah.
And that rotation of linebackers is
Yeah. I think they
just so
complement
good.
it well.
Yeah.
They're all physical, but they're all like Willie Gay's got his speed. Bolden's a little more of the bruiser. Tranquil's kind of a happy medium, I feel like.
And you still have Leo Chanel.
And Chanel's a stud too.
Yeah, so you have 4 linebackers you can bring in at any time, dude.
We'll get to the parade more, but I mean, when they had Tranquil on, he was like, "This is so much better than
LA. Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Shots fired. Yeah, that was fine.
I wish I had that video where he goes, Miami, beat him.
Yeah.
Went to Buffalo, beat him.
Yeah.
Went to Baltimore, beat the Bullies.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It was it was fun. The off season is going to be interesting. I'm curious to see. I've seen some mock drafts already, and the receivers that they have the Chiefs taking or they want the Chiefs to take. I'm not a huge fan of. I really don't want the Oregon receiver Troy Franklin. I really don't want Xavier Worthy from Texas. If we're going to get a receiver from Texas, I want no, I forgot his name. He was the taller receiver of the two. And I've knew his name until now. I'm telling you, I'm blanking right now on his name. Pretty sure he's number 5. I would love him. He's a big body receiver. He gave me like T. Higgins vibes, to be honest with you. That's who I want. If there's a way we could trade up and get Romeo Dunze or Marvin Harrison, which is definitely a stretch. It's a stretch. It's probably it's like 99% chance where that's not going to happen. Would love it. But I'm excited to see what we do in the off season. Reload. It's crazy because this was our off year and we're Super Bowl champs. So
I know.
To
answer your question though, with Jones or Sneed, hopefully we're able to get both. But
I think I'm gonna franchise tag one of them. Probably Sneed if I had to guess.
Is he I know because I know they can do that with Jones, but can they do that with Sneed?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know how that works. I thought they could just they're a free agent. I thought they could just tag anybody, but maybe not. Because I don't know how accurate the post I saw was, but they said if you franchise tag Jones, it's 32 mil.
which we don't even have that money. So
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
well, I know I was trying to figure this out the other day too at Clinical. I was talking with my buddy, and I don't even know what the fuck restructuring means. Like they keep saying they're doing that with Mahomes to make it a more team friendly thing. Are they going to pay him all that money at the end of his career or what?
So they can restructure it where they pay like a bigger cap hit later,
Hmm.
or they can restructure it. I believe, and I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that they can restructure it and make it more like a signing bonus or a bonus, and they just pay him that money up front, and it doesn't go against the cap.
Okay.
So I think they can do either way. And Mahomes has been great about. I'm pretty sure he's restructured every single year.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
he just wants to win, and it's. I mean, he's still getting paid, a lot of money. But he wants to win, so he's willing to work with the team. So I'm curious to see if they restructure him
yeah.
this year again, and how much cap space that opens up. I would love for them to restructure MVS 11. I don't know what his cap hit will be this year, but I think last year was like 11 mil.
Yeah. I think that's
He's
right.
no offense to MVS, he showed up in the playoffs. That dude has. I'm not gonna say anything bad about him.
No,
I think 11 mil is a little too hefty
a little bit of a pay
for a
cut.
potential wide receiver 3.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I I know Snead was so damn good this year, but I almost want to bring back Jones because I just we still have a good secondary without Snead because McDuffie's a stud,
Oh, McDuffie's so good.
Ryan Cook back, and Joshua Williams holds his own. My
I think
boy,
our secondary will still be okay without
yeah,
Legarius.
we
It would definitely be a step down.
yeah, oh for sure.
Um,
But look, I mean, it's basically is the secondary still good enough without Snead, or is the pass rush still good enough without Chris Jones? And I mean, Karlaftis is coming into his own.
he
People
is.
were worried about him last year, and then he, had a late season surge, and then this year he was solid. Hopefully, our homegrown KC guy Felix Enudike Ozoma, I think I'm saying that right. K State guy. He made a big play in the Super Bowl, which was awesome. Stopped McCaffrey in his tracks.
I
Uh,
really just hope this offseason he develops even more because I would maybe just for being a hometown kid, I would really love for him to just.
I know, dude. I mean, he's a first round pick.
I'm
Like
rooting for him. I'm rooting for him. I'm not
he's
even mad. He didn't play a lot this year. I'm rooting for him.
had a stacked D line to be honest. I mean, like, when we got Omenahu back, we have
Mhm.
Mike Dana is like an under the radar guy, but he's solid.
Oh
We
yeah,
got
he is solid. He was leading the Chiefs in sacks for most of the season.
I didn't realize that. Yeah. Um, but I just think you still got to have Chris Jones.
Yeah, okay, Charles. We don't have to re-sign Charles Omenihu, which is nice. Mike Dana, Chris Jones, Derek Nottie are all unrestricted free agents. Um, I can run down Donovan Smith, unrestricted, which curious to see what we do there. We have Wanya Morris. I'm curious to see if we put him there or if we try to make another move.
He did not play bad. I would be okay
Um,
letting him go.
I don't know how restructuring works. Part of me wants to restructure Jawan Taylor's contract. What else? McCole Hardman is an unrestricted free agent. I would love to resign McCole to a small deal. I think he is still like a key piece. I mean, think about it. He took the 50-yard bomb was the longest play of the Super Bowl.
That
You know what I
felt
mean?
like the longest play we had all year. I know it wasn't, but like that was the old Mahomes, dude.
That was also the old McCole, man. That was McCole we had before Jets, pre-Jets McCole, man.
Yeah. That was
So
the goal we drafted to replace Tyreek Hill, which
yeah.
he really did. So
So very excited to see what we do in the off season. I would love to keep as many as we can. Love to make some upgrades. Our punter is a free agent. Curious to see what we do there. Where, but Butker is the MVP. He's not going anywhere right now. Extended Spags, that's huge news. I tried to get that shirt and Spags We Trust. It was like
yeah.
90. It was like $90. Didn't buy
What?
it. Yeah, it was expensive.
Oh, fuck that, dude.
Yeah, I
That's
didn't buy it. I wanted to. I thought about it, dude. I'm like, I can't. I can't.
I think it does go to a charity or something though. I don't think it's just for. I think it goes to like Jay Reed's foundation.
Yeah, I mean, it's for a good cause, but I just couldn't drop $90 on a shirt. It might have been $60. It was 60 to 90 in there, but still $60 for a shirt. I don't buy a lot of clothes as it is, so $60 for a shirt is a lot.
Yeah, if anything, I'm gonna get the new Super Bowl gear.
Yeah, the only super good gear is this. It's not even like the NFL license. It was some other brand. I'll give them a shout out real quick. Says, well, actually, I don't know what that says. Hold on. I just got it yesterday, but I ordered it the Monday morning after we won. It's a hat. These are like kind of style hats I like to wear. It is called House of Crowns. Super Bowl hat. They have this color. They have this color, white, red. They have white, black. I'm pretty sure they have an all black, and I think they have another colorway. But I went with white and red. I think it was the cleanest one in my personal opinion. But love it. So big Chiefs stuff going on. We have all off season to talk about the Chiefs, and it's crazy. Even though I'm not happy football's over because football's the best, right?
But this is the best way to enjoy an off season.
Yeah, the Chiefs literally had the longest season you could have. They were the first game of the season, and then they were the last game of the season.
Yep.
So it was a long season for the Chiefs.
I still wish we would have played the Lions, bro.
How crazy would that be?
It would have been so poetic. Not poetic. I mean, just it would have been like to get revenge against them. But I mean, if you think America hates us now, woohoo, beat the Lions in their first ever Super Bowl.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. It's funny. At the beginning of the year, I made a TikTok, and a Lions fan tweeted, and he said something about, you're about to lose to the Lions. And I said, imagine not going to the Super Bowl. And then they almost went to the Super Bowl. They almost went to the Super Bowl. I look back at that before the AFC and NFC championship. I said, oh my God, dude, they might actually go to the Super Bowl. I might have just jinxed it.
Yeah.
But
yes, you get to just look at highlights all season long. We get to wear Super Bowl champ shirt for yet another year of us being defending, and maybe we go for a 3-peat.
Yeah, dude. I'm super excited. We move in like a month, and our new place. We won't have the bed in the background, which I'm uberly excited for. But I'm gonna have all my stuff hung up. I have the first Super Bowl newspaper. Got the Eagles one. I have the most recent one, so all those will be hung up. And I have some other newspapers I'm gonna hang. So basically, it's gonna be a wall full of like just my sports teams, and I'm super excited to have that in the background. But to have Super Bowl will be awesome.
It doesn't even feel real.
No, it doesn't.
We're
in the Matrix.
We grew up watching. I just hoped for one. To all of the people out there that are Mizzou fans, hate the Chiefs, whatever, just aren't the Chiefs fans in our audience. We are not bandwagoners. I have been with this team since I got Madden 07, and it was
only since 07. Dang, you might be a bandwagon, bro.
Okay, all right. Cheer for when the love blossomed, the fandom really took off. But
you might be a bandwagon.
That was the end of Trent Green's reign, or not reign, whatever, tenure with the Chiefs. Then we went through Tyler Thigpen. Then we went through Brody Croyle. Then we went through a little Damon Hayward stint. Then it was, I don't even fucking know, because they were terrible. Like, the Chiefs have not been good our entire lives or for the entire duration of our fandom. And I just hoped, and dude, even when we were, Alex Smith, Andy Reid, 2013 to 2017, we'd make the playoffs and we'd lose. We were the Cowboys, and it was awful. And these last 5 years.
I'm about to debunk my oh, here we go. You want to see a picture of me?
Yeah.
Okay. So for the people that watch the show or tuned in now, this will go on Spotify later. So if you're listening to it on Monday, you can go look. This is me when I was a kid.
Aww.
So that debunks that. That was before 07. That was like 90, 99.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. That was probably like 2004.
No, dude. We're not bandwagoners. We put up with a lot of bullshit, including a 2-14 year where we had a linebacker drive to our practice facility and shoot himself.
Oh my God,
we've had god awful times, man.
And I forgot about that. That is.
We deserve to run the NFL, but I just it feels like a dream we haven't woken up from yet. Like, I've taken it for granted now, for sure. Like, there's times where I just have to step back and I'm like, holy shit, dude, Mahomes is our quarterback, and he might just be the best of all time. Like, they're talking about the Chiefs on every fucking ESPN cast, when literally when I was a kid, we'd go weeks without coverage. This, Patriots that, maybe a little Steelers, maybe occasionally the Ravens, the Packers. The Chiefs would be like, well, the Chiefs lost today 42-0. Like, we're good, and we're consistent. We're not even good. We're great. And it's just,
with Tyler Palko as quarterback.
Yeah. I forgot about him. I remember Tyler, but I don't even remember Tyler Palko. Like, it just.
He was bad.
Sorry, I had to throw him in there too. We did win the AFC West with Matt Castle, but the AFC West sucked that year. So
Matt Castle.
it's just it's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
But
it is.
enough Chiefs glazing.
Yeah, no, it's all right. The Mizzou. We'll just touch on football news. We got a new defensive coordinator. We hired, Alabama State or Georgia State's defensive coordinator. I could pull it up. I'm being lazy. Clearly,
Yeah.
if we would have talked about this the weekend it was announced, I would have everything ready. But it happened so long ago that I'm just Oh, actually, speaking of Mizzou football, before we jump into where he's from, returning talent for Mizzou football. This is I think just total 2024 returning production in the SEC. Mizzou's third in the SEC returning production with 68% of their team returning, which puts them at 31st in all of college football. Offensively, Mizzou is first in returning production for the SEC with 79%, which means, if you need me to break it down, Natty 2024-5, I guess, is when the Natty would be.
Yeah.
So just FYI, Mizzou's going to win it all this year, so hop on the bandwagon now.
That's almost like I predicted an undefeated season and you didn't.
Speaking of, also, the college football game comes out this year, and Mizzou, when they win the Natty, will be on the cover next year. So go ahead and get your pre-orders in for college football 2026 whenever you
Hey,
can.
I'm not saying I'm Nostradamus, but I did predict an undefeated season before Nick Saban retired. So, and now we're definitely winning that game.
Dude, honestly, the more and more like players transfer out of Alabama and they lose coaches, like I know it's really early, but I'm feeling really good about our schedule this year.
Their new coach is good too. Washington Kalen DeBoer is a good
Oh yeah, he's a good coach, but like they just lost their offensive and defensive coordinator,
probably. Yeah.
or one of the two. No, they just lost their offensive coordinator.
Mm.
So okay, our new coach is Corey Batoon.
Yeah,
that's his name. And he is we just got him from South Alabama, not Alabama State. I knew it was Alabama, South Alabama.
He's Hawaiian though, isn't he? Like, isn't he Hawaiian? Like, he coached out in Hawaii for a while, and because I feel like
yeah, he coached 2018 to 2019 defensive coordinator / safeties in Hawaii. 2020 Liberty, he was Liberty safeties coach, and then 2021 to 2023 South Alabama defensive coordinator / safeties. 1996 he worked at Central Missouri State, secondary and special teams coordinator.
All I'm saying is, if he has the recruiting magic that Drink does and brings in some fucking Samoan defenders, dude, like Troy Polamalu,
dude, that would be crazy.
Gonna be.
I mean, but I don't know where he's from, but he was only in Hawaii for 1 year.
He is Samoan. I'm pretty sure, because like a lot of his tweets and stuff end in like, I don't know, some Samoan saying. I think. I hope I'm not being. I don't know.
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I don't know. But regardless, excited for him to come in. We got a new defensive line coach because our defensive line coach also went to LSU because Blake Baker is poaching our players, or not players, but coaches. So LSU is now on my shit list.
Yep.
Too bad we don't play them this year because I think we would destroy them. Because they don't have Jaden Daniels, superhero.
It's on my shit list, dude. They poached Notre Dame's coach, and now they've poached my Mizzou people as well. So fuck them.
So Mizzou football is the spring game is in a couple weeks. Hopefully they throw it on TV. I'd like to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, actually, spring game news came out today with Sam Horn.
Yeah.
Tommy John surgery, so he will miss the remainder of the baseball. For those of you who don't know, Sam Horn is the backup quarterback for Mizzou. He also is on a scholarship to play baseball at Mizzou. He's having Tommy John surgery, so he will miss the remainder of the baseball season and the full football season. So he's out 12 to 15 months, that's a long time.
It's brutal. I think I'm pretty sure it's the worst or the longest rehab in sports, because even the UCL is not that long.
I feel for the guy because I am still super high on Sam. I would love to actually see him get some action. You know what I mean? But we all know this is Brady Cook's year again, so he was going to have to sit out regardless. So hopefully, we can get him healthy, get him out there for the next season.
Need some more depth in the QB room.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what Drink does. I think we'll definitely go get somebody because behind Sam Horn, I'm pretty sure is a freshman. So definitely gonna have to figure out something there.
Yeah.
The next Mizzou talking, we don't even have to talk about it. I just want to say one thing.
Hmm.
Actually, two things. November 9th, me and you are gonna go to the Oklahoma Mizzou game.
Yes, we are.
And second thing is OU is some soft ass motherfuckers. OU fans are so soft. OU was soft. OU is broke.
Well,
They're frauds. They're gonna
Oklahoma is what we were.
they are the next Nebraska, bro.
Yeah. Yep. They're trying to desperately hold on to their fleeting time as one of the domineering college football programs, and they can't handle the fact that their days are slowly, well, not even slowly, they're disappearing.
You know what they remind me of?
Mm.
Have you ever just been around like a chihuahua and it just barks thinking it's a big dog?
Yeah.
Oklahoma is that chihuahua thinking it's a big dog. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's coming to play with the big dogs, and unfortunately, they are big dogs. I think Oklahoma and Vandy might be on the same level.
Whew.
No, that's a hot take. That's a hot take. I feel so bad for Vandy. I saw
Man,
somewhere
if they go 500 this year, I will laugh my ass all the way to the bank.
Vandy.
No, Oklahoma.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, dude. I'm actually.
Awakening. Oh man.
I just saw the over under for the SEC, and I want to tell you those. Fuck. I need to be bookmarking this stuff more often. But the over under for Mizzou was 9.5 wins. I imagine we both have them going over 9.5 wins.
Sorry, Mizzou or Oklahoma?
Mizzou.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have them. Honestly, the only game I truly was unsure about was the Bama game, but I'm liking our odds right now. I understand it's in Bama, so I think SEC Mike probably tweeted out. Oklahoma's was what was Oklahoma's? I think they were 7.5. So their over under was 7.5. What do you have them? I'm gonna fact check myself, but what do you think they are going to be?
Because I don't remember what it is.
I'm not gonna be able to find it, bro. I'm just gonna have to remember to bookmark it next time I see it. Pretty sure they were at 7.5. Take the under. I have. Oh yeah, definitely the under. I put the mortgage on it.
They go this year? Were they 10? Oh, they were 10-2.
I mean, yeah, but they played in the Big 12.
They lost to KU. They lost to Oklahoma State. Lost their bowl game. So what? 10-3, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, they still had it, but they lost their quarterback. They're really riding on this next guy. Curious to see how he does. I can't find the tweet again, dude. Gosh dang it. I'm sorry, everybody. I couldn't find it.
We're a little rusty.
Yeah, I need to start bookmarking this stuff again. Next one I will have graphics and actual facts for everybody. But I'm pretty sure they were at 7.5. Mizzou's at 9.5. I know that 100%. And if I had the mortgage, I would put the mortgage on it. So that's really all football. Mizzou football news. Basketball is going through the blender. They're 8-17. Not going to touch on that. We just like to see some development.
It's historically the worst start to conference play, I think, in Mizzou history.
Yeah, we have now won an SEC game yet, and basketball.
I turned it on because I still subject myself to it.
It was a good game.
It was a good game.
It won.
We blew a 9-point lead, which I can't say I'm surprised, but
I just don't know how a team can go on like 4 to 5 to 8 minute runs without scoring a point.
They do it every single game. They had avoided it until the second half last night, and then I remember them saying Mizzou has not made a field goal in the last 4 minutes. I'm like, there it is.
I just don't understand how you do that. I don't get it. Like if it's wild. So we won't touch on basketball a whole lot.
I think this was the team that had played KU the closest of all 3 years.
Yeah, KU's not even. I mean, yes, you're right. Like KU's not even.
I went into that Seton Hall game over break with you, thinking, I'm like, okay, this is a bounce back game. We're gonna, Seton Hall's a solid program. We're gonna play them tight, hopefully get a win. And then that was not great. And then Illinois was really not great. And then we bounced back for, I mean, if you want to call it a bounce back, finished non-conference with a win against Central Arkansas, I think.
The one thing I'll say is Dennis Gates is still recruiting at a really high level. We have top 20 recruits still putting us in our top 6. So at least they're not looking at this season like, oh, we're staying away from him. So at least they were still getting interest from these top players. I think it simply comes down to 1, not having talent or enough talent, and 2, I think some of it does fall on Coach Gates.
Yeah.
It's crazy because last year we were so good, this year we're not.
Mhm.
Curious to see if
I think
hopefully they don't make a change at coaching this year. That would really suck.
that would be way too early. You gotta at least give him next year and probably the year after.
Yeah, I was gonna say if next year is the same as this year, then I could understand.
Can the recruiting class coming in next year? I still don't know. Can they decommit?
No, they've signed their letter of intent. They're
So
they're they're here.
they're going to be unexperienced. I mean, they're going to have to,
But the
hit the
2025 class, so we got Aaron Rowe, I think is his name. He's
yeah,
like a top 5 point guard or something ridiculous. In the class, he's committed to us, but he hasn't signed anything because he can't sign yet. So realistically, he could decommit if he wanted to.
yeah,
But he's from Columbia.
yeah. So he's going to play for the hometown team, hopefully.
Yeah. So
I will say this: I commend the guys for continuing. I mean, they have no choice, I guess, but they continue to go out there and battle every game on the current year's squad. I still like a lot of them. Sean East has had a much better year this
Tamar
year.
Bates is still balling, bro.
Hopefully, we'll come back next year and keep it. I mean, just hit the ground where he left off, and then hopefully even take a next step and lead the young guys next year to a better season. Um, I still like Noah Carter. I think
He's a
it's
bench
pretty.
player for me, bro.
I can't.
Nick Honor and Noah Carter need to be coming off the bench.
I agree, and I mean we didn't realize that last year because we had talent in other places, and
I
they were
like
able.
them both. I like them both. I think they're good
Yeah,
basketball players, but they aren't. They need to come off the bench.
the only player that I wish to never watch play basketball again. And Connor Vanover, if you somehow find your way to this podcast, as a fellow tall, lanky man, I understand your struggle because I am also uncoordinated as fuck.
He's not
Uh,
7'5" though, and he's only 6'4".
I'm not 7'5", I'm 6'4", which is somehow the point guard height for
Isn't that
the college.
ridiculous? Like to me, you're a giant, but to basketball court, you're not.
Yeah, but there are plenty of other careers for you out there. You'd be a great electrician. You wouldn't even need a ladder. Um, there is hope for you, my guy, but it is not in basketball. Maybe if you hit the weight room, maybe if you get a little more aggressive. It's the same thing I went through in middle school basketball. I didn't foul because I wasn't aggressive. I wouldn't box out as well. I mean, dude, it's literally like watching a grown ass version of me with long hair and a beard. It is like I was not aggressive. I didn't box out.
Well, he can shoot a little bit better.
I don't even know if you have one more year of eligibility, but if you do, please hit the weight room. Please work your ass off because that height is a God given ability to be good at basketball. I wasted it already. Don't follow my footsteps.
No, it's too late for that.
Yeah, just do something with your height, man. I don't know if it's electrician. I don't know if it's something. Just a painter. I don't know. Or yeah, just use the height. Use what God gave you.
Speaking of Mizzou sports that are good right now, wrestling.
Gymnastics. Well, we'll talk about that too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, wrestling. I think we're gonna have your buddy on. We'll get that scheduled. We need to make sure we do it before wrestling season is over.
I think we're getting close. So yeah, we'll work on that.
We'll get either next week or the week after, just real soon. We'll break down wrestling for us. He's you correct me if I'm wrong. You know better. He's a beat writer for Mizzou Wrestling.
Yes. Okay. I don't know if it's if it's their official social media account or whatever, but it is for some Mizzou Wrestling. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we'll have hopefully a wrestling expert on here to kind of give us the rundown on Mizzou Wrestling. I have some questions for him as far as wrestling and how it kind of. I have wrestled, like I wrestled in middle school, so I understand wrestling, but like college wrestling as far as like the tournament and stuff and how that works, I'm curious to see. Excited to have that conversation with them. And the Mizzou baseball just started this weekend, and we went 2-1.
2-1 to my knowledge. I don't know if they played another game. Mizzou softball, on the other hand, is undefeated. They're dominating. They've blown at least like 2 or 3 teams out already. Softball is going to be good. I'm going to try and catch a game or 2 in these last couple months of spring of the semester. And then gymnastics, I don't follow them closely.
I don't even know how gymnastics works, but they're killing it. Did they beat?
They're killing it. They beat LSU. I don't remember if we talked about that in the last podcast or not. But I had to go see the Libby Doom. She didn't even perform. It's okay.
You dog, dude. You fucking dog.
She did practice, so I think she was just too scared to play the real Tigers, but it's fine. We won. We won on it. Basically, I've never. That was my first gymnastics meet I've ever gone to, so I had all the rules explained to me and all that. But we basically won on like the equivalent of a buzzer beater because it was like
wow.
last act, I guess, or performance, and we needed a 9 point, like pretty damn near like perfect score on. I don't remember floor. I think it was 4. I don't know, but we needed that score to surpass LSU, and we got it. So we basically won on a walk off, and it was pretty dope. So
Yeah, I was gonna say you lost me the moment you started explaining stuff. I was so confused.
they're, they're good. I think they've lost a few meets since then. I know they just had a 4-team meet in St. Louis. They came in second there. I think they're still ranked, maybe in the teens somewhere, top 25. But they're always solid, and I'll keep an eye on them the rest of the season. But yeah, that was fun. So it is kind of nice from time to time to take in the other sports besides football and basketball, especially when basketball is pretty much non-existent. So
all right. So
um,
we'll still keep it up with Mizzou. So if you come here for your Mizzou stuff,
yeah,
we're still gonna cover Mizzou, all sports, or try to cover all sports.
yeah,
Um, but we do have 2 other sports that seasons are about to start. You're the baseball guy,
yeah.
a little more than I am. Royals are starting up or spring training here soon. Super excited actually for the Royals this year.
Yeah. First game is on Friday against the Texas Rangers. I think
It's
pitchers.
first preseason game, yeah,
Yeah,
or
spring
spring
training.
training game, yeah.
Surprise Arizona. And I think pitchers and catchers reported. I don't remember the timeline, but I think that was a couple weeks ago. Now I think the other players are starting to trickle in. I've been watching their social media. They've been having batting practice and all that every day. But they made. I think this was back in November, December. But that was. I mean, there was a day or two where they just rattled off all these free agent acquisitions, and I'm like, holy shit! I'm like, I don't recognize these guys. This is not the Royals I know. But they got Michael.
They got a bunch of pitchers.
They did. They got Michael Waka, who Cardinals fans will remember is a solid starter. So I'm excited to have some more stability in the starting rotation. Off the top of my head, we got Hunter Renfroe, not the Oakland or the Raiders wide receiver, obviously, but the outfielder for I think it was with the Rays most recently. He's a solid utility guy. I think we just traded for another reliever yesterday from the Red Sox.
I
We gave
saw
up
that.
a good prospect for him, but sounds like this guy's a pretty solid pitcher in sorry, bullpen. So that'll be good. And we got a few more relief pitchers. Don't remember if we got any other fielders, but yeah, it's promising. I'm excited. We're obviously the huge elephant in the room, gigantic extension for Bobby Witt Jr.
I was
So
so happy for that, dude.
locked him down. I mean, he is the Mahomes of it. It's not the same. You don't have a quarterback in baseball, but I mean, he is the Mahomes of our. He's the young generational talent. So hopefully, we can have some success for him. I think he said in his press conference he's going to do everything he can to bring a championship back to the Royals. He's motivated by everything the Chiefs have been doing across the parking lot. So we still got Salvi, still got El Capitan. Um, they've talked about the new stadium downtown, which I've got mixed feelings about. It's a cool rendering.
I think everybody's got mixed feelings about it because I have mixed feelings about it.
Yeah,
But I th- I think personally, I think it'll be good for the Royals.
yeah. I do think,
I'll miss Kaufman, but I think it'll be good for the Royals. I just feel bad for the business owners down there, but
yeah,
I think it would be good for the city, and I think it'll be good for the Royals.
I do like that spot. Like the renderings with it being close to Sprint
Oh,
Center.
that's the perfect spot.
You're basically just going to make it from a football, baseball, close proximity to a. Hopefully, we get an NBA or an NHL.
Dude, if we get an NBA team, I will streak around my neighborhood. Nah, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do all that, but
But I mean,
I
no.
would be so hyped, dude. I would be so hyped.
More. I mean, it's going to be much more like St. Louis with like an entertainment type district. Um, I think my one question with those renderings is, what the fuck are they going to do about the interstate that runs like right next to the Sprint Center? I guess they're just going to make it a tunnel now, but that's something for all the engineers and construction people to figure out.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
above my pay grade.
yeah, it does look cool. My only request would be that they keep Crown Vision. They didn't have that in any of the renderings. Maybe some more fountains because it's kind of our thing. But it did look pretty damn cool. So
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. Kaufman's always gonna have a special place in my heart. Grew up there. It's been our place since I think the '70s is when they opened it. Um, I mean, obviously, it's where we won the World Series, went back to back. Um, but we'll see. I mean, obviously, this is still a several year out thing.
Yeah, it'll if they I think it was like 2030 or roughly.
Yeah,
So still quite a ways out before it, and I think they still have to vote on it.
right.
Um, so we don't even know yet, but I thought it looked cool.
Yeah,
Hopefully, if they do move down there, hopefully they find a way to um, work with the business owners that would lose their. Hopefully they
yeah.
find a way to help them out.
I may not
Regarding that.
also be as big of a fan of it if it drastically increases taxes, but taxes in Jackson County are going up anyway. So
Yeah, yeah.
it is what it is. That's part of living in the city, I guess.
So
But
I'm
yeah.
excited. I'm excited for baseball. I just wish there was a way to watch it. I'm not paying for Bally Sports, so
But
I'm.
speaking of that, I don't know if it's official or not, but I did see on a tweet a couple weeks
Isn't
ago
Amazon are doing something with it?
that somehow they're getting involved, and I don't know when or if they'll get control of the games, but it does sound like that's a potential future development where like we could watch on Amazon Prime. If that is the case, hell yeah, because I will watch it all 162. So
Oh yeah, 100%.
I
I
mean,
would watch. I would watch a lot more baseball. I'm just not paying
no,
for
it was like
Bally.
bucks a month to watch us go under 62 wins.
Yeah,
So
dude. Actually, after we made all these signings, I saw people saying that they could see us win our division.
I'm going to tap the brakes on that because I know the Royals. I
No,
do.
yeah, I'm too. I saw that and I said, "You're
Yeah,
saying we got two people who are gonna win now." Okay.
I think we were a dark horse. Was it a year or two ago? And I really bought into it because I'm like, yeah, we got Zach Greinke back, and we got a young core, and then we shit the bed. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. Even if we start the year 16
And
games,
no,
16-0, I'm gonna wait because 2 years ago we did have the best record in MLB, and then we slowly shat the bed. So actually, not slowly, it was a very quick descent from great from yeah. Um, so I'm gonna be more cautious with my predictions, but I am optimistic for a better year. I mean, there's not much more room to go. I mean, you have
down.
to.
Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah,
either stay where you are or you go up, right?
yeah.
You can
So
only hope. If we find a way to get worse, that's
I'm
actually
just
quite
looking forward to
crazy.
summer too, man. Summer.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as I love fall, with hunting, with football, all that. Winter gets depressing after Christmas and all that. I'm looking forward to summer. Warm weather, baseball.
Dude, when baseball is good, the summer is so much fun. And I'm not the biggest baseball fan, but I can say that when when the Royals are good, at least for us, the summer is so much fun. And also speaking of summer, we have another team starting up, and that's your Sporting Kansas City, which I'm super excited for. I will be paying for the MLS season pass so I can watch their games.
Yeah.
Um, and they start up. So if we could have a summer where Sporting's insane and Royals are insane, dude,
Casey.
we might have the best year ever.
Yeah, I know.
We might have
Yeah.
the best year ever, dude. I am extremely excited for Sporting. Their first game is next Saturday. We play Houston, which knocked us out of the playoffs last year. And we have some predictions from experts, and they vary from first in the Western Conference
Mhm.
to ninth in the Western Conference. And for those of you unfamiliar, ninth would still be a playoff team.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I don't.
And to my non-sporting Kansas City followers, last year we were the eighth, and we upset the one seed in the first round, which is your St. Louis City Criers.
Oh, that's unfortunate. First year in the league, and they got upset by or Big Brother.
It's so funny. So what I went to their game in Kansas City. By the
Yeah.
way, if you've not made it out to
They're
Children's
fun.
Mercy Park for a
You
soccer
should.
game,
Yeah.
it is it's different. It is just different. It is so much fun. They cheer nonstop.
You know what Travis Kelsey would call it?
What?
The
Electric.
like,
Yeah. It's electric. It's electric. I cannot wait to go. I'm gonna go to the St. Louis game on 420. It's actually kind of funny. It's on 420. I would love to go to it. Not 100%, but I would like to make my way out there. It's insane. So I'm super excited. They just dropped their new kits this year, or so. If you don't know how it works, every year they drop a new kit, right? So last year they dropped their new home kit. This year they dropped their new away kit. Next year they'll drop a new home kit. So every year they change, but it's home and away, home and away. So they'll rock it for 2 years. So they dropped their away kits. I absolutely love them. I will be getting one. Um,
I didn't know it worked like that. That's pretty
yeah,
cool.
and they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
St. Louis dropped their new away kits and they're ugly. Makes sense. God, St. Louis City fans are just delusional. It is hilarious, and it's so funny. It's Missouri team, so you think like, we'd be cool, root for. No, I hate them. I hate them.
No.
It was awesome. I loved beating them. It was beautiful. They beat us twice. So we played 3 times in the regular season last year. We lost 4-1. We lost 4-1. We won like 1-0.
Yeah.
And then the playoffs, game 1, we won 4-1 or 4-2, something like that.
That's
And
all
then
that
I don't like the way that the MLS playoffs worked last year. In
matters.
my mind, I think it should work like the Champions League, and I'll just run it down real quick. Champions League is like you take the best of the best teams in Europe, you put them in a league with each other. Once you make it out of group stage, you go to like a bracket style, and you play 2 games, and the scores on aggregate, which they combine both games total. So if I score 6 goals total in the 2 games, you score 7, even though you may have won 1 game or whatever. You would move on. So with that being said, it wasn't like that last year, but we still won and sent them home in Kansas City. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Because
I was doing dope.
St. Louis was trying to fill our stadium, bro. They just had a little corner over there off to the side.
Yeah.
Their players were crying.
I will say we got to work on that with Royals attendance, man, because I've gone to some Royals Cardinals games at Kauffman, and it is well over 50% red, and that ain't going to cut it. So
What
we
if
got
they're
to.
just wearing Chiefs jerseys, though?
No, they're not.
Darn, I tried.
They're not. I mean, that's a good no, but they're not. I
I
wish they
tried.
were. No. Yeah, they ruined my. They didn't ruin it, but it was my 19th birthday, right before I went off to college. It was because I always try and go to my birthday game if they're in town, and it was Royals Cardinals, and we were getting smoked by like the 5th inning, I think.
Yeah, we got to go to the Mizzou game this year.
Yeah, Mizzou night. Yeah,
I want to go. I wanted to go last year, but I wasn't able to go. I want to go this year. So there's some bright light, some brighter light, I should say, maybe not bright, brighter light, for Sporting and for the Royals. Sporting ended their season on a hot streak last year, and yeah, they didn't make it to the finals, but they had like the best record or something like since May or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
And we're healthy. We had some injuries last year, so we're healthy. Super excited for that. So that game is next Saturday night. Royals start spring training, or their first game. You said it's Friday.
Yep.
So got some seasons starting. I'm gonna stay in tune with the current, and I'll talk about them once I know more. I just don't know a lot at this time. So, but we got a summer full of sports, and I'm excited.
Yep.
I'm excited. That's really all I got, brother.
Yeah, you want to talk about the parade real quick, I guess, or
Oh yeah, I mean we can.
obviously, the elephant in the room too. Tragic what happened. It was a great parade. I watched it. I was not able to attend. Had my clinical over here in Jeff, but was watching the news. It was going great. They were, like I said, the Tranquil interview was hilarious. Willie Gay was doing some crazy shit, friggin' shirtless on the ground, giving a hell of an interview. And most of the speeches at the podium were, drunk but funny. Chris Jones agreeing verbally to an extension. Mahomes saying three-peat. And then Kelsey.
I loved it. Honestly, the whole Kelsey thing, people are
funny.
giving him shit for it. I don't mind it at all. You go win the Super Bowl.
I know.
You go win a Super Bowl, and then you tell me
he was trash, dude.
he was trash.
He at least was competent for the last 2, but my God.
He told everybody he wanted this Super Bowl more than any other one. So you had to have known that he was going to party even harder.
He was chucking Don Julio.
Yeah.
Like the blood alcohol content had to be 0.5 or higher. I don't know how the guy was standing. I saw a tweet from somebody that's like, yeah, I used to work as a bartender, and I've seen a lot less put guys like him down. So that's impressive.
Yeah, actually, I saw the same one.
Yeah. So I mean, it was. And then when I went back and watched it because I couldn't really hear it well in my clinical, but he kind of he tweaked the lyrics to like talk about the Niners.
Yeah.
It was funny, but
I thought it was funny.
Thrashed. I understand why some people don't like, because I hated Gronk because I thought he was a big dumb meathead. So I can kind of understand why some people don't like Kelsey. That's all I'm gonna say. And
I
then
agree. Like everybody is can have their own opinion. I just they worked how
no, they
many
were
months?
best. I know.
They deserve every. If he wanted to throw up
Love
on
Kelsey.
stage, I wouldn't have cared. I
Yeah,
would have laughed and said, "Yeah, he great."
no.
I
I
just think
still
people look
love
too much. Like people just cared way too much about other people.
Kelsey. And then obviously, the thing that I hate about it the most is that that shooting happened after the parade was over. It was all done. Everybody was going home. Not going to get too much into it. It's tragic what happened, but
It honestly makes me really sad.
it pissed me off, dude. I came home
Yeah,
and I couldn't think about anything else.
yeah, it pissed me off. I was sad. It's you know,
It is a miracle that, I mean, the most up to date news that I know is that all of the people, it was all kids and I guess one adult that went to Children's Mercy. They were all released. They all made it through. As far as I know, there was only one fatality, which
and that
um,
breaks my heart, dude.
it is
Breaks
awful.
my heart.
But,
And
it
I
could have
want to
been,
go
and
ahead.
I'm glad it wasn't. So, thoughts and prayers is cliche, I know, but sending thoughts and all that good stuff to the family of, um, I think Lisa Lopez was her name, something like that. Hoping they, just thinking about them in this time and hoping for recovery and all that. But glad that everybody else able to make a recovery. And
I
shout
will
out to
say the bright spot from it all, which it is the city of Kansas City really rallied together.
yeah,
Um, and I do want to not to take light away from the people who were affected by it, and it's hard to talk about, to be honest with you, for me. But the city kind of came together, which was that shows you what Kansas City really is.
yeah,
The guys tackling one of the kids with the guns, I think, also shows you what Kansas City is about.
yeah.
Um, it's it's I don't, bro. It just
I know. No, I did it. I couldn't think about anything else for the rest of that day and most of the next day.
like, and most of them were kids, man, like 8 years old. It's like, and they came out saying it was a scuffle.
Yeah,
I'm
it wasn't even like I obviously everybody thinks first thought is that it's some psycho wanting to kill everybody. It wasn't even that. It was just two kids. Those are the only that I know that are still in custody. Two kids that couldn't handle their emotions and somehow for some damn reason brought a gun to a rally.
I just have so many questions. Like,
I don't know.
one, if it's a scuffle, how do you?
How does it get to that? How does it
Yeah,
know?
and two, why do you even have that on you?
I
That's
don't
all
know.
I'll say about it.
It's awful. I'm glad it wasn't worse because it sure as hell could have been. I mean, for 22 people to be shot and only one to die, it's still one too many. But uh, thank God it wasn't more. So, um, but yeah, like I said, praying for that family um, in this tough time, and for the, I mean, because there's a long road to recovery, I'm sure, for some of those people that that were wounded but did survive. So hoping for the best for all of them, and for the people that weren't even physically wounded but were emotionally and mental. Because I mean, that shit takes a toll on you too.
Oh yeah,
So, and I,
everybody at that parade is going to be affected.
I hope
Um,
if we are or if we're fortunate enough to run it back again, or if we win it down the road, that people are still able to enjoy the parades. Um, I think I saw that Quentin Lucas said we're still going to have parades in the future if they do happen. Like I hope that it doesn't turn into something different because I haven't been able to make any of the parades, and not selfishly. I just hope that people get to enjoy them the same way they have been. That it's not some ticketed thing at Arrowhead or some heavily. I just hope it's a similar experience that it was because I mean we had the Royals one in 2015. And the last two Super Bowl parades and rallies went just according to plan. Everything was fine. Obviously, there were the drunks and idiots, but the other ones went fine. So this is an outlier. It's awful that it happened, but hopefully everybody recovers mentally, physically, and that we're able to do this again in soon the right way. So
I agree. I agree. God, it
it's
just
I know,
it makes me so sad, but it makes my blood boil.
yeah,
It truly does. But nonetheless, we haven't quite decided if we're going to do every week or every 2 weeks. It kind of depends on how much stuff we have to talk about. So Follow the socials. It's Off the Dome Show everywhere. Stay up to date. We'll keep you guys up to date with when new episodes come out. All kinds of stuff. We are open to changing our name from Off the Dome. Off the Dome was a Mizzou name. If you know, when Mizzou wins, they like Jesse Hall. They like the dome at the top. So that's how we got the name Off the Dome. Now that we're kind of more broad Kansas City sports, if anybody has any suggestions or ideas for a name, we're open to listening to whatever. Please give us what you guys think would be cool, and we'll put it in consideration. We might even pick your name. But I'm excited to be able to talk about all sports, all the sports that we love. So I'm super excited about that. And just to think when we were about to hit the off season, bro, we're about to get even busier.
Yeah.
Off season for the team.
We'll reconvene in July, right before football season, and I was like, oh, well, we have literally everything to talk about. So
yeah, dude, it's gonna be nuts. But I'm excited. It's a way for us to show our support, and just shoot the shit. We're not experts. We're literally just doing this for fun, and we like the teams that we're talking about. We like, so we talk about them anyways. Might as well just put it out there, I suppose.
Yeah.
But please, Off the Dome Show everywhere. Like and subscribe. Share it to your grandmas, to your cousins, to your best friends, your ex-girlfriends. We don't care. Send it their way. And we appreciate the support. We know it's been a little bit. Just, we're back again. Second time.
Back in black.
Yeah, I need to update some graphics and stuff, but I'll do that for the next one. But thank you for everybody who tuned in, listened to our bonehead thoughts.
I mean, that's pretty accurate. Knucklehead, bonehead, something like that.
Wait, I do have a question now, because we used to end every episode with MIZ. Do we still do that?
Do we switch it to KCMO? No.
We'll think about it, but for now we'll do MIZ because we don't know yet. So how we end every episode, maybe moving forward, maybe not. MIZ.
ZOU.
Peace out, brother.
See you, bud.